Hey there, welcome to Math Test 28A, writing and solving linear equations. So remember, our goal for every equation is to isolate the variable by using inverse operations, or adding the opposite in the case of addition and subtraction. And we want to make sure that we keep both sides balanced. So we always start with the side that has the variable. So in this letter E, the side that has the variable is the left side. And if I see a positive 5, I want to make that 0, so I add negative 5. Adding negative 5 is the same thing as subtracting 5. We add a negative 5 to make sure that later on we don't get confused with subtraction signs or negative signs when we're trying to keep both sides balanced. So we have 5 plus negative 5 is 0. We drop down 4n is equal to, you can use your calculator here, 29 plus negative 5 is 24. And now I see multiplication, so I divide by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 1 times n is just n, so those cancel out. I get n is equal to 24 divided by 4 is 6. So my solution is 6. We're going to go over to the back side here to my puzzle, and I'm going to find 6. And once I find 6, anytime I see 6, I'm going to put the letter E there to pop up a couple of times. So I see 6 just twice there in the second row. I don't see it in the first row at all, and so now I'm going to go back and try another one. Let's look at U. So remember, anytime I see a minus sign, I want to make sure to change that to adding the opposite, so plus negative. And now in this problem, I see negative 8, so I'm going to add 8 to both sides, because again, we want that to become 0. Negative 8 plus 8 is 0, so this time drop down negative 3y, make sure you take that negative sign with you, is equal to 33. And we want to divide by the exact coefficient attached to the variable. So not by 3, but in this case by negative 3. Because remember, we want this to cancel out to 1. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1. And so we get y is equal to negative 11. Then you can use your calculator to double check. And now you're going to come over to the back side again. And this time, whenever you see negative 11, you're going to put a u. So go to your puzzle here. See a u there for negative 11. Notice that's an 11, not a negative 11, so I'm not going to put a u. And I don't see any other negative 11s here. Let's do one more here, and then maybe we'll do a division or word problem. So I have 19 plus 4 plus 19 plus x over 2 equals 4. So I'm adding negative 19 to both sides because, again, I want that to cancel off to be 0. 19 plus negative 19 is 0. So I get x over 2. I'm dropping this whole expression down, equals negative 15. Again, use that calculator in case you are doubting yourselves on your negatives. Now this time I see division, so I'm going to multiply. You might be saying, well, 2 times 2 is not 1, Mr. Mason. You're right, because it's 2 times x, which is 2x divided by 2, which is 1. So those cancel out. I've got x is equal to negative 30. Your paper should look exactly like my paper, with arrows and everything. That's going to help you much easier later on. If you're looking for, anytime you see negative 30 on your puzzle, you're looking for, or you're writing the letter S. See no negative 30s in the top row. I see a negative 30 right there. And that's it. Okay. Now let's do one of the word problems real quick. So Joe is thinking of a number for less than number, less than 9 times the number is 176. Remember this less than, you gotta be super careful of because that's 9 times the number. Less than 4, right? It's a switch phrase, is 176. So you've got your equation now. Go ahead and draw your scales. Change that to plus and negative. And so now we add 4 to both sides. So I've got 9x is equal to 180. And then I see multiplication, so I divide by 9. Notice how everything kind of stays exactly where it is. I don't need to move it over or anything like that. I'm going to divide, that's 1, so x is equal to 20. So wherever I see 20 on my puzzle, I'm going to put the letter K. So Don't see 20. Oh, there it is all the way again. Okay, rest will do come together in parts.